this is a cat makeup tutorial right now. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Alice. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my brows on and no other makeup because I want to do a cream contouring tutorial. Cream contour and highlight tutorial, I guess. I just recently got the Kat Von D Shade and Light cream contour palette, and I thought what better way to test this out than on camera with you guys, and I can show you how I use cream contour. So this palette here, as you can see, it's got 3 lighter shades on top and then 3 contour shades on bottom. This palette is like a one size fits all. It has been designed to fit a bunch of different skin tones. The top row I think is going to be too dark for me to use as a highlighter shade. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go in and color correct under my eyes. I think I'm going to use the orange one. Orange cancels out like the grayish kind of tones under your eyes, bluish. So let's just do that. I thought it was going to be like less pigmented than that for some reason, so like I used way too much, but just for reference so you guys can see where it's going. The brush I'm using is kind of like a mini kabuki foundation brush. I like this because you can lay it down and blend with the same brush as opposed to using like a flat brush like that. And then I have like the tiniest little bit of darkness right there on my mustache sometimes, so I know it's weird, right? I don't have a mustache, but sometimes it looks a little dark up there, so I'm going to put the orange there too. And now I'm going to just put foundation on top of this. So this is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth. And this foundation's like a little dark for me, so I bring it down onto my neck and chest. And now what we're going to do is go in with the cream contour shade. I'm going to use the lightest one, which is this one right here. And I like to use kind of a big brush for this, just because it makes it easier to apply. I don't have to like go back and load up more. Start from over here by your ear. Find your cheekbone. You don't want to do the hollows because that is going to make you look very sunken in. You want to do more so like right on your cheekbone, not the highest point, but like the middle part of it. And I just do like a swipe like that. Try to get both sides even if possible. We're going to do the jawline and chin. So go all the way around your chin, jawline, all the way to the back of your ears. You don't want to stop right here. It's going to be a little obvious, so you do all the way back there. I think it's really important to do your forehead if you're going to do your jawline and your cheekbones, just to kind of tie it all in together. So I like to get really up close to my hairline and just go around. Depending on the shape of your face, you might not have the same exact placement as me. For me, like my forehead kind of sticks out, see that? So I like to put it up here on the top. Next, let's do the nose. I'm gonna get a smaller brush just so we can be a little bit more precise with it. Gonna dip into that same color, go across the bottom. Let's just do the straight line across right now, and then brush it back along the, whatever that is. Next, what I'm gonna do, I look straight ahead and hold the brush horizontal, perpendicular to my face, and we're gonna make another kind of almost like a straight line, but this one's curving up a little bit, so it's going around the nose. See that? And that's gonna create the button shape. So that's what it looks like from the side. The next thing that I do for my nose shape, I don't want to do anything right here, because there's kind of like, it's narrow right here, and then there's a little bump, and then it gets narrower right there. So I can't do that straight up, like just a line down the middle like a lot of other people do, because it accentuates the notches in my nose. So what I do is I will take a little bit and put it up here, beginning of the brow area. Years of experimenting with nose contour has led me to doing it this way. Next, what I like to do is a little soul patch action under the chin, just to make your lips look a little bit bigger. And then you can do a little bit right here in between your cupid's bow. This is a cat makeup tutorial right now. Sometimes what I'll also do is take a little bit and just go from the corner of my eye across my temple over to the hairline. And this, in the long run, like it makes, see how it makes just your cheekbone look like one big long, like it's we're creating that like cat-like triangle face type thing. There we have it. We're ready to blend. I like to use a brush just because I feel like it's faster. So we'll just brush. The neck contour goes down. We brush it down. We don't go up with this one. Down and then maybe back, like behind the ear. The cheek contour, we're gonna do a little bit back and forth. Gently, because you don't want to disturb your foundation. If you're not going back and forth, you're going up. Don't drag it down. So we're going back and up. For the forehead, I like to go back into my hairline. And I'm doing a lot of like tapping, like stippling, flicking motions with my brush because I don't want to disturb the foundation or remove it. Next, I think what I'm going to do is take a smaller kabuki style brush and get in here with a little bit more precision. When you're doing cream contour, you want to make sure not to overblend, especially the nose. Take your time, go really lightly. Like if you guys could tell how lightly I'm going right now, is very lightly because you only want to slightly blur the lines between the contour and your foundation. If you blend too much, it's just gonna look dark. It's gonna look like you used a foundation that was too dark for you. So see how you can't really see the line anymore, but you can still see that darkness right there on the tip of my nose. Next up, it's really important to take the top part of the nose contour and only brush back. So I hold my brush up above like this and brush up my nose, like back. Do not go forward. Blend that cupid's bow one a little bit. Looks a little crazy, but again, when we highlight, everything's going to make sense. Okay, there we have it. I look so sweaty and shiny right now. I really like to use Shape Tape to bring back some of the lightness back to my face. Placement for this stuff, we're going to do under the eye. I like to drag it all the way out, and then I go along the side of my nose like that. So this is gonna help snatch the nose, and then I bring it down here all the way. See how it's kind of making like a triangle? So we're gonna do that on the other side now. For the forehead, I don't like to overdo it, so let's just do a line. Let's just do that for now. For the chin, I don't really like to do too much on the chin, just a little bit on the tip. And now we're gonna draw like a line like that under our contour. So the placement of this line, you're gonna go from the corner of your mouth to the middle of your ear, and this is kind of like where the hollow of your cheek is. See that? That's the hollow. So you put the highlight part in the hollow, and you'll see it's all gonna come together. Oh, I forgot the tip of my nose. What am I doing? So I don't do a whole lot on my nose, but I do like to get just the tiniest bit. I kind of do like a straight line, like that. Oh, and then right here. Because for me, this part is kind of low, so I like to put highlight on that to bring it out. I do not put highlight in the middle of my nose because there's a little bit of a bump there. All right, now we're gonna blend a bit. Now for this, I like to use a sponge, pat up and down in the same spot, and then if you need to, you can like work it and bring it around to other areas, but we don't want to overblend. We don't want to take the highlight out of the highlight territory. Just patting up and down. That's the key. While I'm doing this step, I'll usually take the excess concealer that's on the sponge and put it on my eyelids. Very important not to overblend the nose. It's the smallest part that we're contouring, and you don't want it to just all end up dark. Alright, that's looking good. I'll go in with a little mini kabuki on the parts of my face that are kind of hard to reach. Alright, now we are looking very moist, we are looking slick, so let's set this bitch. My go-to powder is the RCMA No Color powder. I put it in this little jar so it's easier to access. I think baking is kind of like a crucial step to contouring. It's like they go hand in hand, you know. So this we're going to put on the places that we highlight. And this sponge is really good for this type of thing because it's got that point to it, so you can create nice straight lines. You don't necessarily have to create the straight line on the side that I do right there, but if you do. I make sure to bake my under eyes first, and then I take a little bit of that powder and I set the rest of my face really lightly by just patting up and down. And as you can see, this is like instantly mattifying that dewy foundation. But throughout the day, it will like level out, and the natural oils of your face will be able to like kind of come back, and you're not going to get too oily, you're not going to get too dewy. This just keeps the foundation from like sliding around too much. Most of my face, I'm happy with the amount of contour that there is, but I think I need a little bit more on my nose. So I like to go in with the Kat Von D shade Light Eye because this one has the perfect, in my opinion, the perfect nose contour shade right here. This is the brush that I use. It's kind of like little flat eyeshadowy type brush, and we're going to go into the color. Tap off the excess because you can always add more. It's hard to take away. And we're going to do like literally the same exact thing that we did before. Put it right on top of the places that you put your cream contour. I like to do this because like we just lose a little bit of the contour once we blend and put powder on top. But if you do cream first, you use way less of the powder. Another great way to use powder to contour is take the brush and just go right up the sides of the nose, just like you did with the Shape Tape, and that's just going to help snatch it in. And then a little bit on the tip. And then if you want to just freshen up your face contour a little bit, you can go in with a powder contour and just kind of add a little bit more. I'm using the Kat Von D Shade Light Powder Contour palette. And then again with the powder and our sponge, we're going to create another line under our contour. Just remember that everywhere you put this powder, it will lighten a little bit. So, you know, don't put it right on your contour unless you want that part to be lighter. After that's set for a little bit, I'm just gonna wipe away the excess. I'm gonna go down under the cheekbone and then swoop. And then you can kind of just take the rest and pat it all over so you don't waste anything. Alright guys, and there's my face chiseled to the gods. I have another video to film, so I'm going to leave it at this, but maybe I'll come back and I'll show you the end result so you can kind of see, because right now I look like a dude a little bit with just the contour and the soul patch and the brows. But once I add blush, eyeshadow, you know, all that jazz, like, it really comes together at the end. I feel like I might as well give you final thoughts on both palettes, because I do have two, and I have shit to say about both. Unfortunately, this palette, and I hate to say it, but this one too, kind of, it's like a little too dark for really fair-skinned people like myself. Like, for this palette, I pretty much really only use this shade, which I like, but I can only use it under my cheekbones, and can't use it on my nose because it's a little too dark. So if you have my skin tone, these might not be super useful for you. I have yet to find a cream contour kit that really has a nice light subtle shade for like pale people. The Anastasia contour kit in Fair is like the same thing. Like, it has one good shade for me, and then the rest are just too dark. So, but I do hope that this little tutorial was helpful for you, so you could maybe learn a little bit more about the placement and technique when it comes to cream contour, powder contour, highlight, all that stuff. It is a lot to put on your face all at once. I recommend, if you're going to do all these steps, to go with a more light, kind of not so full coverage foundation, because the foundation and then the creams and then the powders, it's a lot on your face, and it can look cakey and build up. So that's why I like using the Maybelline Dewy Smooth, because it's not too cakey. It's like a lighter coverage, buildable, and then I can really go ham on the shade too, which I do love to do. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.